Let me continue with the class. We already learned about creating a simple calculator. I guess you already know if we have this Python syntax input. What is input? So we are waiting for the user to input any numbers or any letters, and then if the users input 5 and 7, so 5 will be input into the first variable, 7 will be input into the second variable, and then we will have result equals to the A, which is the 5, and B is 7. And what is the result? Okay, as we know that the result will be okay, as we know, if we run this, you can see nothing happened because actually now Python is waiting the input. You need to put numbers or letters, let's say 5, and then enter, and then I put again 7, enter, then you will get the result 57. Yeah, I hope that you still remember why this happened, because the input is for string. Okay, if you want to make it as a calculator, then you need to put int. It means the string format will be converted to integer. So we already learned about the data conversion. You can change the input into integer, and then you can run again. For example, I give 5 and then I give 7. Now the result is 12. Okay, so you don't forget, you need to put int in order to work as the number calculator. If you don't put int, it will be a string calculator. So you can see that a string is any character or any number in between the quote. So if you have int 100 with quote like this, then we want to change this number into integer. If we have number with comma or float, then it will be converted into integer. So you can put something in this section. You can put some information. For example, input variable A. So if you don't put any code, it will be errors. So you need to make code to make it as a string. Then input variable B like this. Then you can run again. Now you can see there will be a prompt. So we call this is prompt. It is a question. What is the input for the variable A? Then I can put 5 and then I can put 7. So the result is 12. So I can make more complicated. For example, I want to print A, and then I want to make the symbol plus, and then I want to print B, and then I want to print the symbol equal, and then I want to put the result. So you can make the separator with comma for every of the string in order to get the result like this one. The input variable A, let's say 5, and then I input again 7, then I can get the result. 5 is from the variable A, and then plus is the string, B is the value of variable B, and equals is the string, and then result is the result from A plus B. Okay, now what is the result of the below syntax? So let me show you with a flowchart. This is a flowchart. You can make a start, and then this is the ending. So I want to print 200 plus 100. I want to print 200 plus 100 with quote, and I want to print 200 with string, and I convert the value into integer plus 100. Okay, so what is the result of this one? It is 300. What is the result of this one? It is 200 plus 100. What about the result of this? First, we will check this one. Okay, this is a string and it is converted to integer. Then it will be numbers. So the numbers plus numbers. Then it will be 300. So let's see if I put this one into the pie chart. Okay. So the first will be the same as the calculator, 200 plus 100. The second, because we put the quote here, then it will put a string. And the last one, as I mentioned to you, it is the conversion from the string into numbers or integers plus integer. And the result will be integer. So string can use double quote or single quote. So they are the same. Now, I can show you the flowchart. Okay, maybe some of the problems in the exam or in the assignment, I will give you flowchart. Hopefully, you can understand the flowchart based on this code. Or yeah, if I give you this flowchart, you need to write the Python code. Now let's see. I have the starting point, and then I will check the preparation. Okay, the preparation means I will need three kind of variables. So I need var1, var2, and result. And then I'm going to input. So this is the symbol of input. So the input will be for the variable 1 and the variable 2. So the input will be for the variable 1 and the variable 2. And then I have a process. The process is result equals to variable 1 plus variable 2. Okay, and then I want to print the result. So I want to print the result. For this one, yeah, it's up to you. It is a kind of variation. I want to print also with the variable 1 and variable 2. It is okay. Or if you want to print only the result, it is also okay. Okay. But yeah, the important thing is you need to show the result. Okay, then if you do it this one, you can run. Yeah, nothing happened here because in the input there is no prompt. So you need to input manually by your understanding. Let's say 5 plus 6, then the result will be 56. Okay, I hope that you understand why it is 56, because we do not convert the input from string. So this is string. It is the same with the example previously. If we have 100 and 200, then the result will be 100, 200. So it is the combination of the string. Now let's make something more complex. Calculate the area of a circle. Area. I'm not sure what is the Korean word of this one, but we have the formula. Area equals to radius multiplied by the radius multiplied by height. 3.14 something something. So let's assume the initial value of the radius is 20. So I have this flowchart. So let's see. It is the starting point. I will need two kind of variables, radius and area. Okay, let's prepare the radius. By this information, it is assumed that the radius start with 20. Okay. So actually you can, if I put the flowchart here, you need to prepare the radius. Yeah, actually I can also do like this one, radius equals to 20. Okay, but yeah, I don't put here. So you can just make later radius equal 20. Now I need to make the formula area. The formula area equals to the radius multiplied by radius multiplied by 3.14. Okay, so I create this formula into the Python code. And after I have this one, I want to show the result. The area for the circle of radius, the area for the circle of radius is, I want to show the numbers in the form of string. So I change to string. Is the area I want to show it also in the form of string. So I change to string. Okay, now let's see. If I run this, the area for the circle of radius 20 is this one. Okay. So this is how we can make the simple Python program to calculate the area of a circle. Now, let's consider another problems with more complicated. So there is a kind of requirement. You need to give two inputs. Okay, the first input is weight, and the second input is height. Okay. Weight is momugi, height P. So now weight, there will be a kind of measures. Usually in Korea we use kilogram, but the requirement now it is in pound, and for the height it is in feet. There will be a conversion rate. So 1 feet equals to 12 inches. 1 pound equals to 0.453592 kilogram, and 1 inch equals to 2.54 centimeter, or this meter. You need to calculate the BMI, body mass index, and the formula, there are two. You can use this formula if the input is in pound and the height is in inches. You need to use this formula if the weight is in kilogram and the height is in meters. Okay, now what do you prefer? Are you going to use this formula or are you going to use this formula? Okay. If you are going to use this formula, okay, the weight is in pound, it is fine, but the height is in feet. Meanwhile, the formula is in inches. So we need to convert feet into inches. So 1 feet equals to 12 inches. If you want to use this formula, it means I need to change the weight, which is in pound, into kilogram. And then the height, which is in feet, I need to change it into inches. And then after I get the inch, I need to change from inch to meter. Okay, so there will be several steps for calculation. Now, how can we make the Python program? Now, I just show you the solution. Okay. So in this solution, number one, let's assume that I want to put the weight equals to 140. So let's say this is the 140 pound. And then the height, the height in feet. So let's say I just give the input 6, and inches, the height in inches is 25. So usually in UK or in US, if they want to measure the height, they will have two kind of measures like this one. They will say, okay, my height is 6 feet and 25 inches, like this one. So it means there are two kind of unit when they mention about the height. In Korea, we usually use meter, just one meter. But in those countries, they mention, yeah, my height is 5 feet 40 inches. Then, yeah, I need to use those two to represent the height. Then, how we can get the height? So the height because we need to convert into inch. 1 feet equals to 12 inch. So we have the 6 feet. We need to multiply with 12 and we will get the inches. So we will just add with these inches. It means 6 multiplied by 12 plus 25. So the result will be in the same unit, which is inches. And because the width is already in pound and the height is already in inches, we can just use the first formula, BMI. The first formula will be weight in pounds multiply 703 divided by height in inches multiply height in inches. Then we can just multiply the weight with 703 divided by height multiply by height. Then we will print the height and the BMI. So let's see. If you run this, 97 is the height in inches, and then we will get the result of BMI. The BMI is this one, 10.4601 and so on. It represents the BMI. Let's suppose I want to use the second formula. So I want to change from the feet, inches, and the weight into meter and kilogram. So for example, I want to put the weight as 140 pound and then the height, we have feet and inches. So the person height is 6 feet and 25 inches. First, we need to convert the measurement. How we can convert the measurement is just follow the table. In the table, we know that 1 pound equals to 0.453592. Then we just multiply the weight with 0.453592. Then it will be the weight in kilogram. This is a variable. You can define it by your own. Okay, you can create this identifier. As you know, the identifiers, we can use letters, we can use numbers, we can use underbar. But the identifiers cannot start with numbers. So the height in meters. The height in meters means I will change this formula, which is feet multiplied by 12, okay, because the height is 6 feet and 25 inches. So 6 multiplied by 12 plus 25 inches. And the result of this one will be changed to meter. So how to change to meter? Then we will multiply with 0.0254. How we can get this one? It is based on the table, 0.0254. So we can print what is the weight in kilos and what is the weight height in meters. So let's see. Yeah, we supposed to have the initial value. Let's say the weight is 140, the feet is 6, and the inches is 25. So we follow this formula and let's look at the result. The weight in kilos is 63.8 50288 and the height in meters is 2.4 meters. Yeah, 2 meters. Okay, the guy is very tall. Yeah, 2.4 meters. And then the BMI is this one. Okay. There will be another kind of variation. Let's say I would like to ask the users to input the numbers. So the previous example, in this case, the number is fixed. We cannot change the number, but I want the user to input by themselves. Then I will give the input. But you know that the input will be in the form of string. Okay? So if you want the user to input this as a number, then you need to change to int. You need to change to int and you need to change to int. Again, you can use the measurement as it is. You just need to change the user input. Okay, now let's see. If I just change this user input, now you will see there are some errors. How do we know that there are errors? As you can see from the right section, there are some red colors. And here also there are some red colors. How will you fix this error? What is the problem? Yep. So when your code is getting a lot, okay, it will be very difficult to find the errors. That's why when you make the code, please make one by one. Okay. If you just copy and paste, it is difficult to figure out the errors. The one who can figure out the errors is only the authors or the writers of the code. That's why it is, if you copy and paste from your friends, and then if there are errors, you cannot fix it by yourself. You need to ask your friends. I create this code, so I know where is the errors. But if you look at this one, first you need to trace from the top. Okay, from the top of the code, check one by one. Okay, this is the first error. What is the problem? If you look at this, okay, so PyCharm give you a kind of recommendation. Yeah, we need to put the closing parenthesis. And then if you check, okay, we have one parenthesis and actually there is another one, but there is no closing. So you can put the closing parenthesis. Okay, one error solved. What about the next? Okay, we go to the next. This. Okay, this is also about the parenthesis. Then you can solve it with the parenthesis. Okay, we go to the next line. So this is another error. Then, okay. Okay, so how you solve the problem here? you need to start from the top, check one by one, and then you can go to the next. If you can solve the upper section, it seems to be okay for the next one. Okay. So if you have errors, please don't stress. Yeah. Usually the people who get errors in the code, they will be very stressed. Okay. So please check one by one. Now I will just start this one. So they will ask you, what about your weight? Okay. Because we know the program requires pound. So let's say I put the weight is 150. Okay, so because we can create any numbers. Height in feet. Okay, maybe I will just say my weight height in feet is 5, and then the inches is 20. Okay, then this is the weight in kilos, and then this is the height in meters, and then this is the BMI. Okay. Okay, this is my note. Okay. The solution is diverse. It means when I give you a problem, when I give you this kind of problem, you can give the solution like this one. You can have the solution like this one with the formula number 2. Or you can have the solution with user input and so on. It means one student can have different solution compared to other students. Each solution is unique. And there is no single answer to solve a problem. So your solution can be a solution. My solution also can be a solution. Okay, now let's practice together. In this case, I don't have the code. Yeah, I don't have the code. So let's try to solve it. There is a flowchart, and we need to prepare two variables, number and new number. We need to input number. So let's see the problem. Write a program to convert a number or distance in feet, and we need to convert it from feet into meter. So 1 feet equals to 0.3048 meter. The output is suggested to be integer. So set the input as any number in the variable, for example 10. And then the output in the meter is 3. Okay. So there will be two variables, number and new number. So the number is the input. And then we need to do the calculation. Yeah, in this case, I give you the process. But for the problem in the GURUM, you need to figure out how to solve the problems. So next week, I will give you problems for this. And then the output will be in a meter. And you need to print the value. So how can you solve this one? Let's see, I make a new Python file. Question 05. So first I need to input the numbers. Okay, just for easy example, I will just make the initial value like this one, or yeah, if you want to make the input like this, okay, it is the AI from PyCharm, they give you the code. And then after I input the numbers, I need to convert the number to meter. So new number, new num equals to number multiplied by 0.3048. And then, okay, they give you the recommendation new num like this. So I can run. After I run, then enter a number. So let's say the example is 10. The output should be 3. And let me input 10. The output is 3.048. So it is not the same with the requirement. The requirement, the output should be 3. Then how can we change the result? Int. Okay, because we know this is a form of float. We need to change from float to integer. This number is integer because there is no comma. And you already learned how to convert from float to integer is using the int. So if I run again, enter a number 10, so the result is 3. Okay. Okay, any questions? So you already learned about the flowchart, objects, mathematical operators, variables, conversion, and you already practice. So in particular, this section explains how the statements run in the sequential order. Sequential. Okay. I will stop here. So